Hey, this is Time Bomb, and if it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button to catch all the updates. Thanks a lot for joining me here today. I wanted to do a breakdown on a big nickel cover 3 crossman that I've been using. For a long while, I had been a little more stuck on using sort of a cover 2 alone, but I started kind of working in this cover 3 a bit more to balance it out, and I've had a lot of success with it. I sounded so Canadian there. I have had a lot of success running this, so just thought I'd show it against a couple, pretty common formations that you see, like the trips tight end, and bunch here. We'll go through a couple setups, just some basic ones there for what I've been seeing. Okay, so the thing about the big nickel I like is you can get those safeties in at middle linebacker. So I would put, well, I wouldn't really normally put Earl Thomas there, but we'll just throw them in there for argument's sake right now. You may want someone obviously with better man coverage in there, and I've got Eric Berry kind of. I like to use her the slot CB. So you're going to flip this play right here, so the cloud flat from the safety is on the right side of the field, and so that your user, who I use, are the slot CB. Now, if you wanted to use one of the middle linebackers, like the Earl Thomas, for example, and switch that up with the end user and put that slot CB into a man up, that would totally work as well. You could flip it up, but this is just the way that I run it. So the big nickel over G here. And we got PA shot wheel on the offense here, very common play to see online here. But the thing is, typically when people send it, they're only sending those 3 routes out there because there's 3 pretty powerful. Maybe they'll switch the X into a drag rather than just have that like kind of wonky little post route. That does work, but anyways, for argument's sake, we'll switch that to a drag too here against this one. So what I do first of all is I base a line, base a line first, then press. Then hit the LB and slant outside, and then press the linebackers, and then you're going to want to get them into man-ups onto X and Y there, and then put cloud flats on the field as well. And this is where it gets a little tricky. I know it's going to seem like this is a lot to do and pretty hard. You're going to double tap Y, put X into a cloud flat, and double tap Y again, and put LB into an outside third, which is left on the left stick. So I know it seems hard to do, and at some point you have to get onto your user, take him over to the middle right here and hover, and then he's just in that cloud flat because he's gone with it, but you're just going to play over the middle, and you have to watch deep because you see here, those 2 outside halves are basically all that's covering out there, just watching for the stuff over the deep. They're basically just going to help out some of those routes coming across and watch over the middle, but there's nothing really over the middle for you. You could try to get these into a deep halves if you wanted. See here, I'll do that deep half, right? How did I do it right? Yeah, so we got deep half. Oh, I put the wrong guy into the deep half, right? I put my safety, he needs to be into a half. Anyway, so for argument's sake, we'll just run it this way though. And see, basically, everything is locked down over there. I'm watching the drag from left to right, and then the pressure's going to get in there, and you can click in and send that spy, basically, as well. So run through that setup again and see how quickly I can do it. So base a line, then your press, crash outside, pinch the linebackers, man them up on B and Y, get it into cloud flats, set up the cloud outside and the deep outside third. Boom. We're all set up, and then the last thing, that's within 7 seconds for sure, and then you just got to get your user right over here. And for the offense, just give them that basic look again. So you're going to snap the ball. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching the drag there over the middle, and before I can, everything's locked down there, and all I have to, they can't even get the throw off anyway. So because the pressure, even with this 3 men crashed outside, and with the 4th man being a spy, the pressure gets in there. As soon as they roll out, you send that spy in. As long as you're watching over the middle, and then make sure no one can get deep over the middle. If they do get the protection, this play should lock it down. I've had a lot of success with it. I'm not going to lie to you. They can beat you deep. That's happened to me. But generally, when I'm running this play as my second option to my cover 2, it keeps them really off their toes. It's a good kind of switch-up play to it. So again, I'm going to run through this base line, pinch, then crash the line outside, press the linebackers, man them up on B and Y, and then you get the cloud flats. I've adjusted the safeties there, and then I'm just moving my user right over here. And I'll get the offense set up. I'm just watching the drag over the middle. Kind of got nothing. You can try to throw that deep, but boom. there's like so much coverage there that there's got to be basically a spec. You're gonna have to get hardcore mossed over 3 people to make that throw. There's an argument to be made. Can he make the middle throw? But I think it's generally locked down by that man up. And if they do throw, they don't even see it coming because the man up's still coming across the field and meets up kind of with them. So they kind of hesitate there, I think, on that throw. And as long as you're covering the drag, they shouldn't be able to check it down or just watching that third route. Now, if they do start sending the tight end, you might have to make a call of which one you're going to cover on that fourth route or the halfback. Usually the halfback, I'll let the cloud flat just play it and hopefully be able to click on and stop them. But all right, let's take a look at another very common play that you see out of attack bunch here. See something like this where you've got that wheel route coming over. So same thing with there. We're going to base a line, press, crash the D line outside, press the linebackers. But this time on the man up, I would go with X and B here, kind of like that. Get them to cloud flats. Okay, so, because typically people are going to run this outside, so that cloud flat that I have is going to cover that wheel route as it comes over there. If he'll have a chance to throw it early, but the cloud flat's going to break on it so hard. The deep blue will have it as well covered, and just that man coverage coming across will kind of cover it in between as well. So I'm really focusing on that because typically that's what you see. Otherwise, he's going to be coming like a drag across and or something like that, a post. So you want him manned up as well over the middle kind of thing. So he's going to get him coverage, and then if he does throw a crossing route over towards the sideline, then hopefully the cloud on the other side or the deep blue will be able to make a play on it. So that's basically working out for me. Generally, if they use with the verts or any sort of like pat sail, the only thing you have to watch out is if it's Pat's curl or some sort of like Z spot or sort of a post route from RB or A, you do have to be a little more careful. But that's my usering idea, is to cover those 2 routes. So like on verts here, see, you're gonna motion him over and see the cloud. There's room to throw it there, but then see it drops in. It's really like can trick them if they try to throw the wheel route on that. So they might try to adjust then and throw, like a drag or so then if they see that's locked down, they're either not throwing that or they're gonna go for. Here, we'll get it back into verts. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna try to take a look at the RB route here, the deep crosser kind of route. So base the line, press, inside. Okay. Okay, cloud flats though. Yeah. And yeah, the deep crosser's coming there. Just gotta move this user over to the middle. So I'm gonna kind of watch RB this time here over the middle. See, I've got a user RB right over the middle there. You got to shut that down. The drag kind of looked open, but I was a little late on it. There was a room out over the middle that the drag could have been thrown there for sure, but I mean, if you're covering that deep route in that situation, you're kind of giving it out, and you hope you can either click on and make a play on the ball or click on at least stop him from getting too much yardage. There is a good chance he can get a gain there if he makes the drag, racks it appropriately, maybe makes some spin move and get past you, but the cloud on that side of the field should be close enough that they do drop in and play it after that and contain it. So I think that's kind of a worthwhile trade-off in that place. And if you want, you can kind of switch it up and put the man coverage on that deep crossing route and you cover the drag across, or kind of make a call like how far you cover it and then cut back over. There's that kind of give and take in how you want to play it. But I think that's generally a good way to look at a couple formations and how you can use that setup to attack your opponent. So again, I'm going to go over it one more time. You base a line, press, crash the D line out, press the linebackers in, then man them up on B and Y or the threats that you're seeing. Make sure you've got cloud flats on the field. Put X into that cloud flat and get LB into an outside third or deep half left. That's kind of the way you want to do it. And then get your user right over the middle, hover in that area, and like I said, you're going to cover the deep, the middle, and then watching deep to make sure that no one can get in there, because that is a big threat in the middle of the field. Obviously, it's opening. You're taking a chance. It's a risk reward there. I've done a good job of shutting it down, especially when I know what my opponent is bringing. Then I'll go with this kind of adjustment, cover 3, cross man, like I called it. And it's been something that's been working for me later in the year here, especially I use faster safeties in those middle linebacker spots. So let me know how this setup works for you and what you're thinking. I have really enjoyed breaking it down for you guys. So thanks a lot for checking out the video. Remember to give it a like. That helps out the channel so much. I've been Time Bomb. You guys are awesome. and I will catch you later.